Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Tony from Tony's Figs again. Thank you for joining me on what's going to be a part one of a series of six. I'm going to go over the six members of the G.I. Joe classified long-range recon patrol team, how they looked as they were supposed to be in Vietnam and G.I. Joe comics. A lot of other customizers have done this. If you want to look up my homie Ray Murphy, he did a fantastic job on his, looking like they're museum pieces, man, and a few other customizers I know have done some too. But I thought it was a real cool project to do. So I got started, and I just took what I had in my fodder box and what I could take from classifieds to help me make these guys as easily and simply as simplified as I could. Sorry, English is hard. I gotta use my words right. Just so I can make make them kit bash with minimizing my paint work, and so they try to make them look like they would how they would look on the pegs next to the rest of the classifieds. So up first is Dicky Sapperstein. We can go over him first, then I'll go over his accessories. This is Dicky Sapperstein. He during the Vietnam War, I'll read you a little bit of what's up with him. Dicky was one of the six-member long-range recon patrol led by Lonzo Wilkinson, the future stalker. We also had on the team the future Snake Eyes and the future Storm Shadow, Tommy Arashikage, Ramon Escobedo, and Wade Collins. They're the six-man LRRP team we all know and love. A little history on Dicky is that his tour of duty was nearing completion and he felt burnt out and wanted to go home. However, he extended his tour of duty as his father needed a new heart valve and the family couldn't afford it. So he signed up for an extension scheme that provided a lump sum in advance which paid for the operation. His father died on the operating table. Even though he could have got a compassionate discharge, he felt he should honor the deal he had made. Shortly afterwards, the LRRP was ambushed in a valley, and Dicky was killed when he stepped on a landmine. Raymond Escobedo also died in that ambush. So, that's what happened to Dicky. To make him, I'll go from top to bottom. His hat is taken from a Jurassic Park Muldoon figure. You remember the safari guy who was like, in part one, he gets killed by a velociraptor, I think. He has a grunt head sculpt. I thought that worked well with Dicky and what he looked like in the comic. And his glasses I took from a Marvel Legends Stan Lee figure. He's got his torso is Breaker. That's all it is. It's a Breaker torso, and I had to find arms from somebody else as I used breakers on somebody else. So it might be a different shade of green from his bicep down to his, barely folded up sleeves, 3/4 fold up. They're a little different, but in Vietnam, the guys sweat a lot. Their gear got, discolored over time. So I didn't really paint match great at all. I didn't feel like I needed to. And his vest is from Shockwave. It did the best for me, what I had, what I could mess with instead of buying something crazy expensive. So he needed a lot of pouches because he's the grenadier. He's the thump gun man. He's the bloop gun holder. You know what I mean? So he's the grenade launcher guy. So this comes with a bunch of pockets on Shockwaves. It's got some shells here, whatever you need them to be. I put a couple extra shells up here where Shockwave's knife used to be. So there's a top half. The belt is from Grunt. I see he wears his, cross draw holster here. I just put it there for whatever. These guys wore all their stuff on their belts. They didn't really have too many leg holsters, but I just left that one there. Pouch ends up back there. And from the waist down is all Outback. Outback has great baggy camo pants, and I don't mind the knee pads. It's G.I. Joe, so whatever. Only thing I might do more to this figure is maybe paint the boots a more paratrooper jump trooper jump boot green. No, it has green in here. It goes down the boot, and maybe paint the tongue. So I don't know. That's a lot of detail work. So I just left it alone. It looks pretty good to me. So that's Dickie. So, and then from Gridiron, I got one of their Alice packs. It looked perfect for what I needed. These canteens come off, both of them. This is actually a part of the Ranger loadout. The Retro Ranger loadout from Gridiron. It's what you would have with Stalker. The rest of the accessories that this thing comes from is like a Vietnam Stalker. But I felt it was going to go good with Dickie because it has his M79 rounds right here. So yeah. Stick that right on, and then I didn't do anything. It's his original peg. You gotta fit it back here. It finds the hole in his back, and there you go. I'm gonna load him up. To arm him the way he looked in the comic, he did have a Car 15, and a little information on the Car 15. This is also from Gridiron armament all the way around. What I can tell you, just to be thorough with it, it's kind of fun for me too, just to let you guys know. Car 15, it's a Colt automatic rifle. You know, it's in the family of M16 rifle-based firearms. It's an attempt to associate the AR-15 name with Colt. Colt, AR-15. So, you know, they make a whole bunch of different select fire models, you know, for semi-automatic and automatic. And the car is kind of the generic name for all carbine length variants made before the M4. So he had one of these. He did have a sling on it, but I didn't put one. I just put this back here on his back because in the comic he's running with it and it's back here like this. And then he's got the 1911 and 45 Colt 1911. That's just the 1911 refers to the year it was adopted by the Army. 45 caliber pistol. That goes in his holster. And then this extra mag, you can put it in here. This is what I did to make mine. And then what he's known for, what he was holding in the comic, was the M79 grenade launcher. So this thing's a single shot, shoulder fired break action grenade launcher. Fires 40 millimeter grenades. The Army called it a high-low propulsion system. It used nicknames like Thumper, Thump Gun, Bloop Tube, Big Ed, Elephant Gun, a Blooper. That's what the soldiers called it. Excuse me. This thing's crazy. I didn't know, you know, it could fire everything from explosives, you know, anti-personnel, smoke, buckshot, flechette, those little steel projectiles with a tail. And illumination. You know, I didn't know I did that. And this is replaced by the M203 later on. And that is a real quick rundown on Dickie. I think it came out pretty dope. I put the Dritz elastic strap on so I can have it around his shoulder, around his pack, whatever, when he's using the car. And it's pretty easy, guys. I think what I used is paint-wise, this is back when I was being real cheap. I think I used some English Ivy Green Apple Barrel. Some guys are gonna cringe right now, but I'm sorry. I made it work. And I painted. This whole vest was blue from Shockwave. Remember? So I hooked it up. Just give it a few coats and seal it with Krylon acrylic matte spray rattle can. And At one time, I think I did use on some others. I'll show you. Citadel flat green. That's all you need. I think I did. They look kind of familiar. Look kind of similar. This English ivy green and Citadel's flat green. So, yeah, that's what I did for Dickie. Let me know if you like them. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. It's a pretty short video. Thanks for watching. Pretty easy parts to get. And it came out, you know, looking the way I wanted them. Looks like I'll be releasing these videos on each member of the Long Range Recon Patrol team. Maybe a video every week. I think I'll finish them all up right now and then just have them release them every week. We'll see how it goes. I'll make up my mind later after I'm done. But there's Dicky Sapperstein. Thanks for watching.